Hi there, welcome back to Creatively Crafted Life. My name is Melanie, and today I am going to share with you how my brain works as I walk you through how I created the base pages for the Smash or Stash collaboration. So I posted that video earlier, just giving you an overview of what the base pages ended up looking like. And for the next few videos, I'm going to be walking you through step by step what the papers were, how the layers were derived, what the sizes, dimensions are, that kind of thing, just in case you're interested in that type of detail. Just a refresher, I am trying to use up these floral elements in my stash. I've got some felt florals, some crocheted florals, and some other fabric florals and stuff. And of course, there's also these floral pieces in my die cut binder, but I am going to focus more on the ones in the boxes. And without further ado, let's jump in.
Okay, so I pulled a few page kits that I think might work with some of these dimensional flowers. Now these are kits that I've assembled either from my stash or from paper pads. This particular one was just pulled from my stash. I've got I Am Mom by Echo Park Give Me Flowers, Dots and Stripes Echo Park Night Sky Stripe, Pink Paisley Paige Evans Pick Me Up number 7, and Dots and Stripes Echo Park Gold Foil Light Pink. So with this one, I thought that I could use these embellishments. So I'm just going to stick them there so you can see them a little bit better. So the white, pink, and darker color. So that is all of them. So I think that would make a cute layout. I'm probably just going to make a base page unless I can find photos to go with it. But that is going to be option number 1. So I am going to use a sketch for this one, and it is going to be from Page Maps again. It is from April 2021. So this one right here is a double page sketch, and let's get going. Okay, I made some preliminary cuts, so let's see what this looks like based on those, and of course it's always subject to change. So the first sheet is a 9 by 12, and that is going to go on the edge. The second one is a 4 by 12, and that is going to go on this side. And then I have an 8 by 12 that is going to span this in some way, and I'm not exactly sure where that is going to position. Probably going to be a little more over this way, I think. So a little more skewed to the right. And then I have two 4.5 by 12 sheets of paper, and basically what's going to happen is this is going to cut off at some point. It's going to go out like that, and then this is going to overlap something like that. In the middle we will trim that off, and then I have 2 1/2 inch of the stripe, which is going to go underneath this one wherever that lands up, and this one like so. So the reason why I did 4.5 versus the size of photos on the sketch is that just gives me a few more options. 4.5 will allow for 4 by 6 photos to fit on here with a little bit of a mat. What I will probably do is some sort of I'll figure out what the math should be if this runs across. There is going to be a photo that goes this way as well, and then room for one more photo. So it might be something to that effect, I think. So 2 square photos on the end and a 4 by 6 possibly. Of course, there's nothing that says on this side that you can't go all the way off, although I am thinking about adding the element that the sketch has. So I just got to think through that a little bit. So you could leave this base page as it is at this point. Like I said, there was an element on the left hand side, and there's a couple of things I could do. One, I could use this red and incorporate that in there. Or if I want to carry this pattern over to the side, I can use that pattern. And it was kind of like a tag, I guess. So it would be here. And I'm thinking I kind of like the flower a little better than the red. So that's what I will probably do, is add that on. And then we have the embellishments. Now, the design also called for a scallop border across the top and a little bit on the edge and underneath. I'm going to leave that off. If I choose to do that when I actually create the page, I still will be able to. So if we trim this off, we're going to have some flower pieces that run across the top. Something to that effect. We've got 3. And then there will be a flower over here. Maybe we layer it. And a flower or 2 in this corner. Maybe we layer this something like that. So that's kind of the design. It will need a few other elements to finish this off. I'm thinking maybe some leaves punched out of this, and we'd use the back side. That might be kind of fun. But first, let me glue down what I know, and I'll come back and then we'll figure out if we're going to add any more touches to it. Okay, so here's the base page with everything glued down. I did add a little bit of that stripe at the top here. I thought it just needed a little bit of something to break that up. I did trim a 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 mat that can go here. And the idea, of course, being that you would just add your photo and it would have a mat around it. I would probably print the photo with a white border so it would really pop. And if you don't have the photo on there, it looks kind of out of place. So I think what I'm going to do is wherever I store this, I'm just going to kind of clip this to it or put it in a pocket page, just so that I know that this was intended to be used for that. But I don't think I'm going to add it to the page at this point, but just to keep my options open. So now we need to deal with the whole point of this challenge, which was to use some flowers. And so I really wanted to use these crocheted flowers up. These were a Stampin' Up! Purchase many years ago, so it is about time that I do put these to use. So I've got 3 big ones, or 3 pink ones, 1 white one, 3 and 2 white. And I thought I could use this punch to punch out some leaves from the scrap paper left over after I cut out that mat. And I'm just going to cut a few of these. And I'm probably going to use the dark side, not the light side, just so that you can see it a little bit clearer with all the patterns that are going on. Okay, let's start with that and see where we end up. And you know what? I am going to lay this down and I'm going to put a white mat in between. That way I don't have to remember when I print the photo. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, let me glue this down and I will come back and show you the final results. And there we have it. I can use this for journaling. I've got my focal photo. I can add at least a couple, well, at least one 4x6, 4x4, probably a 4x4 here as well. And then there's room for a title up here, or I can also include the title on the tag. I'm really happy with how this one turned out, and I used all my crochet flowers. I hope you enjoy hearing my thought process as I develop these pages. Again, these are base pages. I don't have a particular purpose for them, but there was a great enjoyment in the creating, and I've got something ready that all I have to do is pop on some photos, a title, and a journaling box, and I will be basically done when the right photos present themselves. Thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, happy crafting.